there are some really interesting things going on kind of internally in terms of the discussions between Deutsche Telekom and SoftBank, the parent companies of T-Mobile and Sprint. So internal discussions, things that are being talked about behind closed doors, those things are the things we'd really like to know more about. We've got some insight on this. Little bits and pieces of news have been leaking, and I've got it for you guys in today's video. Stick around. The T-Mobile and Sprint side in the merger up to this point have been very diplomatic. Everything that they've done up to this point has shown that they're approaching the merger with some care. Obviously, they don't want to do or say anything that could jeopardize the deal. I mean, all is in place as it should be. So things are pointing in the right direction and trending in the right direction for the merger. This last obstacle with the lawsuit coalition between the attorneys general of the 16 states is really the only roadblock that's in the way. Now, in my opinion, the deal is good to go. I don't think anything is truly going to stop it. One way or another, I think it's going to happen. It's just, what the states can do to this point is really just prolong and delay it, or just make it mucky and muddy. Make it difficult for it to get clearance. So, the FCC and the DOJ have cleared it for approval. I mean, the FCC part is just a technicality. It's going to happen. And the DOJ has already approved from their side with their concessions. So legally, this deal is good. The merger has been approved. The only thing that's stopping them is this attempted lawsuit block. So T-Mobile has volunteered itself that they will not proceed with the merger until the state block attempt is either settled or it clears courts on some extent. So my prediction, a settlement is probably more likely than a full court proceeding and, a full set of hearings. And here's why. I've got a few reasons. Number one, the states asked for an extension. The only reason they would ask for an extension would be to try to strike a deal at some point between now and December 9th. The date was initially at October 7th. They got the extension, received it from the court, the judge. And then, obviously, there's some image in this. There's some, attempt at saving face. The Democratic side, the attempted block, they don't want to look ridiculous and stupid, like they just got walked over. So I think some of that is going over. They don't want to appear that way. The other thing is T-Mobile and Sprint have appeared diplomatic up to this point. They've been willing and able to come to the table to meet and discuss on the issues. They've volunteered a very clean and open discussion system and period with the states and the attorneys general in the court or in the lawsuit. And, the third thing is T-Mobile and Sprint could always just appeal, right? They could just appeal the ruling if for some crazy reason, that it goes through courts and it's, blocked and granted by courts in favor of the merger block, which I think is the most unlikely scenario of all, in my personal opinion. So taking that all into consideration, if the lawsuit is followed through, the claim is that there's going to be less competition and that pricing is going to go up. The problem here is T-Mobile has offered solutions to all of these issues, as well as the DOJ. Price locks for 3 years with T-Mobile, MVNO locks for the smaller companies, unlocking crucial mid-band, with the Dish deal, getting Dish on as a fourth national carrier. It's just, they've addressed all the issues. I just don't see this working out as the states want it to. So as of right now, discussions appear to be far apart. This is where kind of the new insight comes to place. It looks like, I don't know if it's just both parties are far apart naturally because it's the beginning of discussions, or if it's a situation where the states that are trying to block it, the attorneys general, are just trying to show their poker face, right? And I think it might be a little bit of both, honestly. So, right now, the talks appear to be very distant in terms of an agreement. This could all obviously be solved with some concessions. I think, extending the Lifeline program could be a big piece of this. Extending the price lock for customers outside of the 3-year window, maybe offering a 4 or a 5-year window, maybe building in some heavy fines from the FCC. on these price locks, although I think this is likely because the FCC appears to be more on the Republican side, which is more pro-merger. So that's probably not going to happen. But revisiting the contract in 3 to 5 years, maybe, where they can address that $4.5 billion claim, where the merger block, lawsuit is saying that it's going to cost consumers $4.5 billion. Is there a way that T-Mobile and Sprint, Deutsche Telekom and SoftBank can address that number? And I think if they can meet somewhere in between on these issues, you've got a settlement in place between now and December 9th. I think that's the most likely scenario. I just don't see this going through the court proceedings, as bad as the states could look in all of this. They sounded terrible at pretrial, and I just don't see it ending well for them, and I don't see there's any way where they actually win this case. My personal opinion. You guys can let me know in the comment section below. Last little piece of news. T-Mobile has received the #1 rating in J.D. Power's wireless purchase metric. This is excellent customer purchase experience. They previously won Best Customer Care earlier this year, and now they get the wireless purchase metric, which is a measure of customers calling in and visiting the store and going online for purchasing products and services. So T-Mobile continues to do great things in the customer care side and the customer experience side, which is just another reminder, like, if a company is going to become more powerful and have more market share, why wouldn't you want it to be T-Mobile? AT&T and Verizon have never held this crown. Or if they have, it's been such a long time. I can't really say there was a time where Verizon and AT&T focused on making their customers happy in something like wireless purchase metric, calling in, visiting the store, and going online. That seems to be something more along the lines of what T-Mobile's Un-carrier initiatives are for and what they do with their customer care teams. So go ahead and give me your thoughts and opinions and comments in the comment section below on anything we discussed in this video. I think there's excellent opportunities for some good discussion points, so go ahead and drop me a line down below. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and like the video, give it a thumbs up, and also share the video. Helps the channel grow. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload from the SMT YouTube channel. And if you'd like to get more involved with the SMT communities, we've got the Discord community and the Patreon communities, links in the description box below. And if you'd like to help support SMT Productions, there is a PayPal share link down below in the description box as well. For small or occasional monetary donations, all considerations are greatly appreciated. Thank you guys again for watching. I hope you have a great rest of the day. I am the SMT, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.